Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Become focused or come into focus. The light focused. The concentration of attention or energy on something. The focus of activity shifted to molecular biology. Direct one's attention on something. Please focus on your studies and not on your hobbies. Bring into focus or alignment. To converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. Special emphasis attached to something. A central point or locus of an infection in an organism. The focus of infection. A point of convergence of light, or other radiation, or a point from which it diverges. Put an image into focus. Please focus the image. We cannot enjoy the movie. A fixed reference point on the concave side of a conic section. Cause to converge on or toward a central point. Maximum clarity or distinctness of an idea. The controversy brought clearly into focus an important difference of opinion. Maximum clarity or distinctness of an image rendered by an optical system. In focus. Become focused or come into focus. Bring into focus or alignment. To converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. Put an image into focus. Concentrate on a particular place or spot. Become focused or come into focus. Bring into focus or alignment. To converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. Put an image into focus. Concentrate on a particular place or spot. The concentration of attention or energy on something. American football. Putting the ball in play by passing it, between the legs, to a back. The act of setting and holding a course. A new council was installed under the direction of the king. The concentration of attention or energy on something. He had no direction in his life. The act of managing something. Is the direction of the economy a function of government? A line leading to a place or point. He looked the other direction. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. Something that provides direction or advice as to a decision or course of action. A message describing how something is to be done. He gave directions faster than she could follow them. A general course along which something has a tendency to develop. I couldn't follow the direction of his thoughts. The spatial relation between something and the course along which it points or moves. He checked the direction and velocity of the wind. The concentration of attention or energy on something. A central point or locus of an infection in an organism. A point of convergence of light, or other radiation, or a point from which it diverges. The concentration of attention or energy on something. The act of bringing into focus. The concentration of attention or energy on something. A building dedicated to a particular activity. They were raising money to build a new center for research. The object upon which interest and attention focuses. His stories made him the center of the party. Direct one's attention on something. Move into the center. That vase in the picture is not centered. A cluster of nerve cells governing a specific bodily process. In most people, the speech center is in the left hemisphere. The sweet central portion of a piece of candy that is enclosed in chocolate or some other covering. Mercantile establishment consisting of a carefully landscaped complex of shops representing leading merchandisers. Usually includes restaurants and a convenient parking area. A modern version of the traditional marketplace. Equally distant from the extremes. A place where some particular activity is concentrated. They received messages from several centers. Football. The person who plays center on the line of scrimmage and snaps the ball to the quarterback. The center fumbled the handoff. A point equidistant from the ends of a line or the extremities of a figure. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. It is in the center of town. Center upon. Her entire attention centered on her children. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The piece of ground in the outfield directly ahead of the catcher. He hit the ball to deep center. American football. The position of the player on the line of scrimmage who puts the ball in play. It is a center's responsibility to get the football to the quarterback. A position on a basketball team of the player who participates in the jump that starts the game. Basketball. The person who plays center on a basketball team. Ice hockey. The person who plays center on a hockey team. Of or belonging to neither the right nor the left politically or intellectually. Politically moderate persons, centrists. The middle of a military or naval formation. They had to reinforce the center. The position on a hockey team of the player who participates in the face-off at the beginning of the game. A building dedicated to a particular activity. The object upon which interest and attention focuses. Direct one's attention on something. Move into the center. A cluster of nerve cells governing a specific bodily process. The sweet central portion of a piece of candy that is enclosed in chocolate or some other covering. A place where some particular activity is concentrated. A point equidistant from the ends of a line or the extremities of a figure. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A low-lying region in central France. Make more concise. Direct one's attention on something. Be cooked until very little liquid is left. Make central. Compress or concentrate. Cook until very little liquid is left. The desired mineral that is left after impurities have been removed from mind or. A concentrated example of something. The concentrate of contemporary despair. A concentrated form of a foodstuff. The bulk is reduced by removing water. Draw together or meet in one common center. These groups concentrate in the inner cities. Make denser, stronger, or purer. Concentrate juice. Direct one's attention on something. A minute epidermal pore in a leaf or stem through which gases and water vapor can pass. Any small opening in the skin or outer surface of an animal. Any tiny hole admitting passage of a liquid, fluid or gas. Direct one's attention on something. Ornament consisting of a circular rounded protuberance, as on a vault or shield or belt. Fasten with a rivet or rivets. Heavy pin having a head at one end and the other end being hammered flat after being passed through holes in the pieces that are fastened together. Hold someone's attention. The discovery of the skull riveted the paleontologists. Bring into focus or alignment, to converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. Bring into focus or alignment, to converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. To stress, single out as important. Difficulty that causes worry or emotional tension. She endured the stresses and strains of life. Special emphasis attached to something. The stress was more on accuracy than on speed. Test the limits of. The relative prominence of a syllable or musical note, especially with regard to stress or pitch. He put the stress on the wrong syllable. Psychology. A state of mental or emotional strain or suspense. Stress is a vasoconstrictor. Put stress on. Utter with an accent. Physics. Force that produces strain on a physical body. The intensity of stress is expressed in units of force divided by units of area. A central point or locus of an infection in an organism. A nest in which spiders or insects deposit their eggs. Make one's senses more acute. This drug will sharpen your vision. Put an image into focus. Give a point to. Become sharp or sharper. The debate sharpened. Make crisp or more crisp and precise. We had to sharpen our arguments. Make images or sounds sharp or sharper. Make sharp or sharper. Sharpen the knives. Raise the pitch of musical notes. Center upon. Adapt or conform oneself to new or different conditions. Make fit for, or change to suit a new purpose. Adapt or conform oneself to new or different conditions. We must adjust to the bad economic situation. Place in a line or arrange so as to be parallel or straight. Alter or regulate so as to achieve accuracy or conform to a standard. Decide how much is to be paid on an insurance claim. Make correspondent or conformable. Adapt or conform oneself to new or different conditions. Be similar, be in line with. The quality of being intent and concentrated. The mental state of being preoccupied by something. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Chemistry. A process in which one substance permeates another. A fluid permeates or is dissolved by a liquid or solid. The social process of absorbing one cultural group into harmony with another. The process of absorbing nutrients into the body after digestion. The mental state of being preoccupied by something. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Physics. The process in which incident radiated energy is retained without reflection or transmission on passing through a medium. The absorption of photons by atoms or molecules. The spatial property of being crowded together. great and constant diligence and attention. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Bringing together military forces. Increase in density. Strengthening the concentration, as of a solute in a mixture, by removing diluting material. The strength of a solution. Number of molecules of a substance in a given volume. The act of wetting something by submerging it. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Astronomy. The disappearance of a celestial body prior to an eclipse. Sinking until covered completely with water. A form of baptism in which part or all of a person's body is submerged. Judge or regard. Look upon, judge. I think he is very smart. Recall knowledge from memory. Have a recollection. I can't think what her last name was. Have in mind as a purpose. She didn't think to harm me. Expect, believe, or suppose. He didn't think to find her in the kitchen. Use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make inferences, decisions, or arrive at a solution or judgments. I've been thinking all day and getting nowhere. An instance of deliberate thinking. I need to give it a good think. Bring into a given condition by mental preoccupation. Decide by pondering, reasoning, or reflecting. Can you think what to do next? Dispose the mind in a certain way. Do you really think so? Focus one's attention on a certain state. Think thin. Have or formulate in the mind. Think good thoughts. Imagine or visualize. Just think you could be rich one day. Ponder. Reflect on, or reason about. Be capable of conscious thought. Man is the only creature that thinks. Use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make inferences, decisions, or arrive at a solution or judgments. Consider carefully and deeply. Reflect upon. Turn over in one's mind. Use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make inferences, decisions, or arrive at a solution or judgments. Place in a line or arrange so as to be parallel or straight. Place in a line or arrange so as to be parallel or straight. Form a queue, form a line, stand in line. Arrange in ranks. Get something or somebody for a specific purpose. Form a line. The buildings all line up neatly. Take one's position before a kickoff.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.